Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Hearthstone deck guide video, I'm going to take a look at the most popular archetype in Hearthstone and maybe one of the least skillful, but yeah, well, that's just the way things are sometimes. Anyway, this is Ramp Druid, and Ramp Druid's main win condition is Kazakusan. Battlecry: if all minions in your deck are dragons, craft a custom deck of treasures. And there are no non-dragon minions in this deck, so whenever you have enough mana to play Kazakusan you can, and then you can get some sweet treasures. Not all treasures are equal. You are mainly trying to find stuff that either builds you a board, or stuff that deals direct damage. So Embers of Ragnar's, Pure Cold, then the book, great damage dealers, then something like Onyxia Horn, the best way to build a board, but sometimes just boombots will do. Kazakusan was nerfed a bit. The strongest treasure, Locust, was removed from the pool, so now the pool is just 28 treasures, but there's still plenty of power there. Other than Kazakusan, the deck is mostly about ramping up, and then there are a couple of interesting tools in the deck, like Lunar Eclipse, great defensive tool, great early game tool sometimes. Then your other removal tools are stuff like Scale of Onyxia. You want to ramp up to be able to use your Scale, and then use Scale to rest board control back to you. And then of course Raid Boss Onyxia, also another great tool for clearing a board. Should your Onyxia survive, even if all of the whelps die, then you can use a Scale of Onyxia to summon more whelps and give your Onyxia immunity again. Against some of the decks that are able to deal a lot of damage, then Cenarion Ward is one of your best defensive tools, giving you that armor, giving you a minion, and if you can Solar Eclipse and Cenarion Ward, that's even better. That's 16 armor. That's going to be so much defensive power. And one nice trick with this deck is that with Guff you can go about 10 mana, and if you're at about 10 mana and you use Resizing Pouch, then it's always going to discover a 10 drop for you. And some of those 10 drops, like Raid Boss Onyxia, can be really powerful. As for the mulligans with this deck, they are very, very simple. You want ramp. Wild Heart Guff, Overgrowth, Wild Growth, yeah. All of those are absolute keeps, and pretty much in that order. Guff is the best, Overgrowth the second best, and Wild Growth the third best. Other cards than ramp that you may want to keep: Nature Studies, always a great keep in every matchup, because it allows you to ramp earlier, it also allows you a chance to discover ramp, it allows you a chance to discover some early removal, just splendid. If you're up against something that's very aggressive very early on, something like a Hunter for example, then Lunar Eclipse is a potential keep, and if you're up against something that's pretty slow, then you can even keep Kazakusan in the mulligan. I would also consider keeping Kazakusan if I had like a couple of ramp pieces already, so I could just rapidly ramp up to Kazakusan and get that on the board. Games with Ramp Druid can get pretty crazy sometimes, and sometimes the opponent is also doing crazy stuff, but hey, that's just the way Hearthstone goes right now, and just check this out. This is Ramp Druid in action. Well, look at that. That's a Kazakusan, that's Ramp, and it's Lunar Eclipse. I mean, what is there not to like? Let's go. And that's a Nature Studies. Okay. Or an Overgrowth. I like where this is going. This game is going to go places. Maybe. It also might not. So we're going to blast that with the Lunar Eclipse. Jupe. And then I can play the Wild Growth. Alright, next turn I have the Overgrowth. Then after that I have the Scale, and then after that I have Kazakusan. Like, you lose in Hearthstone, just draw better. I might still lose though. We'll see. Very, very soon. But... Jum. Oh, I could also play Malygos after my Kazakusan, if I want to draw all of the treasures immediately. Okay. There are some interesting options. I love the depth of decision making right here, right now. Well, I'm not sure yet. Although it does look pretty good. Okay, some cheap beasts. Nice. Whee! I have tiny dragons. Ninja Monks, where's my new cards? I don't know, but I do know that you can play Raid Shadow Legends while you're waiting for those new cards. By clicking my link and then starting from there. What kind of announcement are we waiting for? The new expansion announcement should be coming on... on Thursday. Well, that was a surprising turn of events, I have to say. I didn't quite see that they could do all of that on turn 4. Apparently they can. So how do I respond to this? Am I just going to die? I thought I won, but then maybe I didn't win. Haha! Oh, the pure joy. Pure joy of playing this game. It is mind-boggling sometimes. Oof. None of that is too great. An injection can help here. The split. But I really need not these. I really need something that builds a board for me. We'll see whether that stuff is going to be good enough or not. Alright. Then maybe I win or maybe I lose. We'll find out soon. Okay, it looks like I actually lost. Oh, that's a bummer, isn't it? It's a bit of a bummer indeed. I don't have enough mana to play the injection and the split. Injection alone doesn't turn this into a big enough minion. So I'm losing. I thought I won, but turns out that I actually didn't. Solar boombots. Yeah. It's not enough. 1616 does not help. I'm still dead through 1616, so I'm just dead. Alright. Am I dead to a 2020? I guess I'm dead to a 2022, right? This just won't be enough. No, that's 12. Yeah, I'm just dead. Okay. The sword. But, yeah. I mean, the sword is good. It's a 4/4 weapon that deals 4 damage to all enemies after you attack. So if you hit face with the sword, it deals 4 with the weapon, hit 4 from the AoE, and then 4 AoE to all enemy minions as well. But you have to be able to get both pieces, so that you will get it. Some intriguing options here. They're going to be a quest hunter, right? So I don't want to give them a lot of targets here. I might as well pick an Innervate. If they were a face hunter, I would pick the best in shell. Yeah, you need both halves to get the good one. And the probability to do that... I had it in my article on top decks. I can't remember what the probability was, but I think it was like 28% maybe. It was pretty low. So in practice you never pick both halves, because the halves are terrible alone. Dave, hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Actually, I don't want to attack into an explosive trap, if it's an explosive trap. Would occasionally need to think here. Don't want to kill that. I suppose I want to kill that. Zap. And hero powering. We're going for the Solar Eclipse Cenarian Ward. Later. Once we get some mana. Yeah, some ramp would of course be welcome. I didn't want to leave them with a minion, so because if they have a minion they can shoot their own minion to progress their quest line. And I want to delay the progression of that quest line as much as I can. Ice traps are also possible. I may need to do something about that at some point as well. Alright. Well, I can try with an Innervate next turn to see if they have an ice trap.
You don't pick the one, silly.
The one silly. Here they're shooting their own stuff. As they should. I'll drop one Innervate here, I think. Let's see if there's an ice trap. There is no ice trap. So then I could go all in. And so Solar Eclipse scenario and Ward here. There's probably going to be a freezing trap. It's all good. Let's do this. Oh, I can get a Kazakusan back into my hand. Unless they have, like, Slate. We'll see. Next turn is just the Moonlit Guidance. They have some freezing traps in the deck, but do they have them active? Now it's probably also the ice trap. Ice, freezing, explosive. The whole bunch. I play explosive and they will get to play their Tavish next turn. This goes into the ice trap now. There's another ice trap in hand, I know. I'm aware of that. I don't want to let them play Tavish for free next turn. So this one's going into the freezing trap now. If you want your Tavish out there, you have to work a little bit harder on it. Okay. Because those are secrets, so this has to be a damage spell. Otherwise they can't get Tavish out there this turn either. Okay, we still have 20 in raid. Yeah, it is pretty fun. Do you still play raid? Yeah, sure. Ah, they did find a damage spell, so they can get Tavish. The Master Marksman. Wild Heart Guff. Now that's a card. They have another ice trap. They have another explosive trap probably. Do you feel obsessed by raid? No. Why would I feel obsessed? Let's just become Guff. I can do my Moonlit Guidance here. Oh, Solar Eclipse is a nice card. Let's grab one of those. And trade away the Tavish, of course. And get an owl. Do they have the explosive trap here? Or do they have the damage numbers? Because I really don't think they do. They have a freezing trap there though. And they have another ice trap too. Freezing trap and ice trap. Alright. They only played one. I was kind of curious. Oh, but they could have another explosive trap there too. So they didn't have an ice trap here. Oh, you didn't have an ice trap? Oh, that sucks so hard. I mean, I can just Solar Eclipse another Cenarian Ward now. Now you're out of freezing traps. I'm still at 38 health. Things are getting tougher. So that's the explosive trap, of course. Oh, so many options. For the Alliance. We can just hit them in the face, right? And that's going to be totally fine. More mana crystals, more cards. Mana crystals. Play the owl out there too. So like, I'm at 32. Yeah. They're out of freezing traps. Not looking particularly promising. Yeah, I thought this was just a better approach. Kazakusan was riskier. This approach gave me so much armor that hunter's never going to do anything. We'll try these. I mean, if it's an aggro druid, then my chance to win is very low. But if it's competing Kazakusan, oh, it's aggro. Well, my chance to win is very low now. More buff, more ramp, I mean. Do I really need more ramp? No, I need a taunt. I need taunt more than I need a ramp. Let's go. Diano with the sub for 40 months. That's such a very, very long time. But that's how it goes. Oh, an overgrowth. Can't get it done this turn though. So what's my plan?
Curious.
Wild growth into overgrowth. Into Lunar Eclipse overgrowth, that is. Into Guff on turn 4. I could have also used Lunar Eclipse this turn. That's what I was also wondering about. So 4 mana. Go to 7 mana. Or I could go in Guff. What if they have Arbor up for next turn? Not next turn, but I mean the turn after that. I think I'll have to eclipse some of this damage away. And then overgrowth. Next time I'm going to coin bloom Kazakusan Mark of the Wild. That's the plan right now. Kazakusan. Book of the Dead. Yeah. That's a card. Holy Book not so great, but might work. Banana Split, I suppose. I know your Horn, that's a good one for this one. And a Pure Cold. Then I'm going to bloom this Mark of the Wild on that Kazakusan. But then I have a 10-11 taunt. So now even if they have the Arbor up, they're going to have to trade in 3 minions. Just to get through that Kazakusan. And hopefully that will make me survive. That's the plan. Still have to trade in. Have to trade in 4 minions. That's a painful thing. Sure, I'm a little low on health. But I have Goth. I don't need mana crystals, I need a card. 19... They shouldn't have 19 damage coming. Alright. And next turn I have the option to just do Book of the Dead. Or to do the Annoy Horn. I don't think they have it. Is I know your horn fine here? Do I need a book? I know your horn, well, they cannot push through the board. They can kill a few of them, but it's all going to be fine. It's going to make the books cheaper. I'm just going for a mana crystal. They don't have any way to bypass taunts. They have to just punch into them. And if some minions die, well, book becomes cheaper. Then I have like book into double pure cold, and that's already 23 damage. So we're potentially looking at the lethal here. Yes, make my book cheaper. Please. Cheaper. Make it cheaper. Ah, cheaper and cheaper. It's already free. But I have 29 damage, so I don't quite have lethal. Now I do. Look at that. Such a thing of beauty. Yeah. I know none of this makes sense. It just is what it is. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.